I know what you're doing. You're sitting there in your recliner with one hand on a beer and the other one down your pants watching a football game or golf or something. I know all about it. I used to do just that myself. But I just don't get it anymore. I mean, I guess I just don't like to be entertained. Or at least not by things like sports and TV and all that other stuff. This might be a bit of a problem. But for me, I just like heavy lifting. I like to fix my brain on complicated and difficult stuff. And I'm all the time trying to figure out life, and I'm trying to improve. For some reason, I just don't know how to turn my mind off. But I would have to say that there's a 50-50 mix of positive days and negative days. I mean, most days I'm just damn happy that I'm waking up from all the tricks and the programming of life. But I gotta tell you, some days it's just a sumbitch. I mean, when you walk down this path, you always seem to be in conflict with the world around you. Just nothing seems to make sense anymore, and it can be a little frustrating. I certainly feel like there's not a lot of people around who think like you do when I think like I do. I saw where a man said once that this was a phase one goes through during some kind of so-called awakening process. I don't really know about it, but so far, all the research I've done is pretty much spot on with what I've experienced. I can promise you this, though. For as many days that I am beside myself with joy about what I'm trying to become, because I know it's going to be amazing, there's an equal number of days when I say to myself, good Lord, just let me go back to sleep, please. Just let me doze off again, back into that world where I love to work, because I love to have money. And I thought the more of it I had, the better life was going to be. Well, I had a lot of money at one time in my life. And I've made a fair bit of it over the years. But every damn day, I came home to a stack of bills 2 foot tall on my desk. And every day those bills said to me, you gonna get your ass up in the morning and go to work for another man so you can make another dollar, so you can have that big house and 3 trucks and a bass boat and a rock band and all the gear required to play in the Omni. You work for me now. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of fun back in them days. But in the end, all that stuff just wasn't worth the stress of having to give the majority of my waking hours to another man just so I could have things. And so I've decided not to have things anymore. All I want is my time. I just want to be relaxed and let life unfold as it may, without any influence from me much at all. It'd be nice not to have to try and control everything anymore. And it'd be nice not to have to be in charge for a while. I still work. I work some most every day. I just ain't caught up in the Monday through Friday and all that weekend stuff anymore. Every day to me is just another opportunity to improve myself as a person. But I'll admit though, most of the work I've been doing lately is of the thinking kind. I think what I'm doing is consciously reprogramming my mind. And I got to tell you, this is some tough work. I mean, it ain't easy to get real with yourself about your flaws and then to take them on with integrity. I'm a few years in by now, and believe me when I tell you, there have been some trying days along the way. I mean, this stuff is just brutal and gritty work. But the beautiful thing about it is that I don't like to fail, and I usually don't. So given that, and the enormity of the positive future ahead, it's damn hard not to get excited about it all. Because the capacity of the human mind is limitless. My mind just seems to want to understand everything. Well, this is the mind I have been given, so I'm just trying to make best use of it. I enjoy the fact that a few of you out there find this stuff interesting. Truth is, I really don't even understand why. But I would encourage you to get involved and have some open conversations about it. The exchange of ideas stimulates growth and creativity, just like fertilizer does to a tomato plant. And for me, I'd just rather be stimulated than I have be stagnant. I know I'm a little bit off color, and my interpretation of things is anything but normal. But it's what I was given, and I just feel like sharing it. I'm all about simplicity and intimacy. Let's learn how to enjoy life rather than be in constant conflict with it. Stand up and fight for your freedom. I sure would like to go back to sleep for a little while.